In the last 100 years, more than 7 million girls and women have been involved in guiding. Throughout history, Girl Guides of Canada have taught girls to face life's challenges head-on. Whether it's learning how to bandage a wound in the First World War or today's girls earning their anti-bullying badge, the programs offered through Girl Guides teach these girls how to be confident, courageous leaders. We're here at Trefoil Trails, the location of the Girl Guides camp, to learn more about this organization and see what fun, resourceful skills these ladies are taught. But before that fun can begin, let's take a look at what else is coming up. A valuable service offered to young parents in our community is in need of your support. And this Girl Guide shows us the badges she's earned and what she's learned.
We're the Girl Guides of Canada, and you're watching Shaw TV.
Shaw TV, your local voice.
The Girl Guides of Canada teaches their members how to do resourceful skills, including how to set up a tent. So while they continue setting up their tents, and before we learn more about the programs available to community members through the Girl Guides of Canada, let's take a look at our first story. The Saskatoon Yellow Jackets baseball team folded last season, but if one local former player has his way, the city won't be without a team for much longer. Simon Hyatt has a story.
All of the signs are on display at Cairns Field. Baseball season is just around the corner in Saskatoon. The grass is growing greener by the day, the stands and field have been cleared of a winter's worth of debris, and equipment is being set up. What's missing is a team to call this facility home.
Right now when you come here and you see the seats empty, I guess it is only April, but that's to be expected. But when you come here in May, June, July, August, you would think that if we had that team here, that this place would be full and rocking.
For the second straight year, Cairns will host only Senior League and other local games and tournaments. The stadium has historically been home to several higher-level franchises, most recently the Saskatoon Yellow Jackets of the Western Major Baseball League, which folded following the 2014 season after several years of lackluster results on and off the field.
And why, I don't know. I mean, the facility is still in good shape. I mean, if you can't bring in 1,000 fans a game, well then you got to market it somewhere else.
Former local player Jason Bender is hoping to return a WMBL franchise to the city, ideally in time to play for the 2017 season. There are several obstacles to overcome, namely the money to make it happen. But the facility is in place, as is a potential team name.
The Saskatoon Magic 9 would be the team name. It's not written in stone. I mean, if someone comes with a lump sum of money and says they'd like it called this, I think we'd change the name. But right now, that's what we're sticking with. It's kind of a catchy name.
In interviews with other media outlets, WMBL officials have indicated Saskatoon would be welcomed back into the fold if certain conditions were met. In addition to a one-time $100,000 franchise fee, Bender estimates it would cost about $250,000 a year to run the team. But he is also confident he can succeed where others have failed in building a successful franchise here.
That team can be worth well over $1 million in 2-3 years. So people are definitely going to be getting their money back, plus making money. And who would want to make money on baseball?
Bender plans to raise the money needed through a combination of local investors, corporate support, and fundraisers, including concerts. Another key component will be fan support, as he says about 1,000 fans a game are necessary to make a go of things. But he believes increased interest in the sport, thanks to the Blue Jays' success, and the support the city has shown for the Rush lacrosse team, indicate if he builds it, they will come.
If I was doing this to make $1, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'm doing it for the love of the game, and hopefully we can bring it back.
For more information, you can email saskatoonmagic9@hotmail.com. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Simon Hyatt.
Members of the Girl Guides of Canada are setting up their tents. Joining me right now is Area Commissioner Sarah Horseman. Sarah, how much fun is this? We are sitting inside a tent right now. This is really bringing back memories from my time in Girl Guides. Why do you bring the girls out here to Trefoil Trails to learn how to put up a tent and everything that goes along with that experience?
Well, we feel like it's a really good life skill for them to have. We want them to be able to experience the outdoors. It's good for your mental health. There's just so many benefits to being outside, and we just want the girls to have that opportunity. So,
now, if you can explain to community members at home some of the skills that they will be taught over this weekend, that'll really give them an idea of what these girls get up to.
Sure. So this particular camp, we're working on preparing for the big mosaic camp that's happening next summer in July. So we're teaching them to be responsible for their gear, setting up their own tents, hauling their gear back and forth, prepping their food, all that kind of stuff. So they are responsible. They're between 12 and 15 years old, so they're old enough to be able to do stuff for themselves. So
exactly. And you did mention it, the mosaic camping trip is coming up, and that's quite an honor to have it in Alberta, quite close to us. So you're able to travel there, because I believe it's usually in Ontario. What is this experience going to be like for the girls, and how helpful will this be for their future?
I think it's amazing. It's an amazing opportunity to meet girls from all over the country as well as all over the world. We have groups coming from England and New Zealand and all over the place. So it's just such a great opportunity for them to meet other guiders and just to prove to themselves that they can do it even, and gives them confidence to do the other things like this when they get older.
I love this program because you can become a guide just like yourself, and you can really utilize these skills and be a part of this program throughout your life.
Yeah, for sure. We can take girls or adults of any age. There's always a place for you, whether it's a Link member when you're up to 30 years old, or a Trefoil member when you're older than that, or a guider, or anything. There's always a place for any women who want to participate. And there's all kinds of things. It's not just camping. We do all kinds of adventures. Lots of groups go traveling all over the world, some of the older girls. Yeah, we do all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of opportunities. So.
Fantastic. So you, of course, have been a part of this organization for a long time. What do you love about being a part of mentoring and really molding the minds of these young girls?
I just love being able to have the opportunity to share these experiences with the girls and to give them opportunities they may not get otherwise. And if they're not their home life or their school or whatever, it's just something different that they can try. It's not sport, but they're learning leadership skills, and it's just such a great organization.
There is a lot more to the Girl Guides of Canada other than the delicious cookies that we get every year. Speaking of, though, you do in fact have your cookie drive on right now. Can you tell us a bit about that?
We do have cookies for sale. If you contact our office in Saskatoon, we have the chocolate mint cookies as well as the sandwich cookies right now. We have some of each right now, which is unusual. So if people are looking for that chocolate mint fix, we have those, and then we also have our traditional sandwich cookies.
Perfect. So. All right. Well, it is a little windy out here, but you know what? It's all a part of the experience. We are going to battle the elements to show you what the Girl Guides really learn throughout these programs. Thanks so much, Sarah. We should probably get going, and maybe you can show me how to put up this tent, because I even had troubles even opening it. Just a moment ago, I said to Sarah, how do I even open this tent? So she's going to show me a few skills, and we'll be right back after the break.
Creating local TV that matters to your community. Shaw TV, your local voice.
Later on the show, we learn about this year's Brain Blitz Gala featuring high-flying entertainment and a special guest speaker, and we gather around the campfire to learn a fun way to stay entertained while out in the wilderness.
Punch TV, it's the nerdiest show on the airwaves, featuring artists, geeks, and special guests who love comics, toys, and pop culture. Watch Punch TV, only on Shaw TV.
We're still hanging out at Trefoil Trails for the Girl Guides camp, and before we speak to one of these Girl Guides to find out what she's been taught through this organization, let's take a look at her hat. Her name is Kaylee, and there is a real tick on the top of this hat that she earned by finding it on her body at this camp, plucking it off and learning a little bit more about this insect. But before we meet Kaylee, let's take a look at a different organization also mentoring young people, Millie's Daycare and Jacoby Jacoby Centre is a valuable resource for young parents, as we find out in our next story.
So we's a really good one as a parent too. We can do this.
Brenda Broughton, program coordinator at Nutana Collegiate's Jacoby Centre, is teaching these teen moms tips on positive parenting.
And then I kind of like snap at her.
But you're not going to be the perfect parent 100% of the time, right? No parent is. It's the majority.
Lessons on topics such as proper parenting techniques, potty training, tantrums, and much more are all a part of the center's Lunch and Learn program.
Often some of these girls don't have a whole lot of supports in their life, and so we thought an educational element would be important for them to learn good positive parenting skills, and so we just have a good time learning and sharing.
It really helps, like potty training and like dealing with being frustrated and stuff, and like lots of things I didn't know about nutrition for kids that we learned here.
A child who's fed healthy foods and fed the right things and isn't hungry is going to be cheerier, more positive, happier.
It's very important that we have our Lunch and Learn because not a lot of moms understand how to raise their kids because they're first-time moms. It's not, you know, yelling or getting angry right away once your kids do something that they're not supposed to do. What it's really about is connecting with them on a whole new another level.
Open during school days, the Jacoby Centre, in conjunction with Millie's Early Learning Centre, serves as a safe haven for these teens who often look to one another for support.
When I first came here, I was dealing with postpartum and stuff because my son was like 3 months old, and I feel like it really helped me pull it out of it because like there's someone to talk to. Like all us moms have breakfast together and lunch together, like just talk about our kids being crazy.
A lot of times, young moms, we don't really have very many friends because our friends are out doing their own thing. So it's really nice to be able to connect with people on the same level that you're on.
Providing daycare and various support services free of charge for more than a decade has given many young moms and dads the opportunity to finish their high school education.
Financially, I needed the free daycare to come. Like I would not be graduating if it wasn't for the centers.
So while I'm getting my homework done here and I'm going to my class and stuff, I know that my kids are taken care of and they're fine. And once I get home, I usually stay up until about 11 o'clock until they go to bed. But I also work part-time too, so if I didn't have them, I probably wouldn't be able to say that I'm graduating in 2 months.
The one thing that I've experienced since I've been here is just the tremendous respect I have for these girls. They work hard. They work hard, they come here, they're dedicated, they're trying to be great parents and are great parents, they're trying to be great students, they're trying to do all of it.
Hoping to continue supporting those who use their services in any way that they can, the two centers are looking for help from the community. Their biggest fundraiser of the year is approaching on Saturday, April 30th. Community members are invited to attend a gargantuan garage sale in Nutana Collegiate's gymnasium, a fun event that goes towards a worthwhile cause.
The money that is raised is gone towards like new toys for the kids. Like we had to get new cribs, so like that would have been from the money that was raised last year. Like if people have issues getting to school, they'll buy students bus passes.
It's a really great opportunity for the community to support young moms wanting to get an education.
The garage sale runs from 8 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. For more information or to donate, visit Millie's Early Learning Centre on Facebook.
We are exploring Trefoil Trails. Of course, this is where the Girl Guides come to camp out and learn very resourceful skills. Joining me right now is my friend Kaylee. She is a Girl Guide, and as you can see, she has many, many badges from different levels of the Girl Guides of Canada that she has earned. Kaylee, let's talk to you first about this organization. What has being a Girl Guide really taught you?
It's taught me like a lot of different responsibilities, and in Brownies it's gotten like it was teaching me different things, and as I get into the higher levels it's gotten me like more responsibility, and the different badges I have to do is like teaching me a whole bunch of different stuff.
Exactly. And speaking of teaching you a whole bunch of different things, can you tell us a few of these badges that you earned? And I love that you said, I've earned all the Brownie badges, and they hardly fit on one sash that I had to get 2 sashes.
So I have these 2 sashes, and then the back is full. I'd say I like this dog one because I love animals, and that's one of the animal badges, so I really like that one.
Now you also have a volunteerism badge on here because you do a lot of volunteering in the community. Tell us what volunteerism you do out in our community.
I do volunteer work at Playful Plus Pet Center. It's with dogs and cats in this boarding place. It's really cool. Yeah. And when LaRange and kind of up north had a really big fire, they had to evacuate to Saskatoon, and I went to the soccer center by the St. Joseph High School, and I served them food.
Very, very good. All right, now we are hanging out inside the lodge right now. You have camped here many, many times. What do you love about coming to camp with all the other Girl Guides?
I like the adventure. There's lots of wildlife around here, and outside there's a lot of cool things, and you get to make a lot of new friends. You get to learn a whole bunch of different stuff. Like, I did not know anything about like snowshoeing or anything, or a lot of different things until I joined Girl Guides, and it's like I've done all these different cool adventures that I wouldn't have never taken if I wasn't in Guides.
Exactly. And did you find another one that you want to show us?
Yeah, it was the bird watching one.
The bird watching one?
Yeah, the bird watching.
And tell us what you had to do for that.
You had to, one of the things you had to do was build a birdhouse, and it was really fun because I like building stuff, and then we saw like a lot of birds go into it, and I like wildlife, so it was really cool seeing all the birds come.
So what do you hope for your future with Girl Guides? You mentioned it. You can go to Pathfinders and Rangers, and you can go even beyond that. So what do you hope for your future?
I really want to be a leader because I have so many good ideas.
I love that. It's really teaching leadership, and look how enthusiastic Kaylee is. And Kaylee, how old are you?
I'm 11.
Only 11 years old, and she has big plans for the future. Kaylee, thank you so much. You learned so much through the Girl Guides of Canada. You can hear it from Kaylee herself. Kaylee, thanks so much. I want to check out the rest of your badges here, so we'll let people go to break, and we'll be right back after the break.
On my honor, I will try. There's a duty to be done. And I say there's
Shaw TV, your local voice.
reason above.
Learning how to pack light is one of the skills Girl Guides learn before heading out to camp. They also learn a whole bunch of different songs, but before we are shown a couple of those songs, let's throw it over to Simon Hyatt, who's learning about the Saskatchewan Brain Injury Association's upcoming fundraising gala.
The annual Brain Blitz Gala is coming up May 7th at TCU Place in Saskatoon. We're not at TCU Place, though. We're at Move and Soar for a very good reason to tell you about Brain Blitz. I have Glenda James with me from the Saskatchewan Brain Injury Association. Glenda, first of all, before we talk about the gala and your very special guest this year, why do we have somebody going way up in the air here behind us at Move and Soar?
Well, we're going to ask people to use their imagination a wee little bit and pretend she's going way up from the bottom of the ocean to the top, because the theme of the Brain Blitz is Adventure to Atlantis, the underwater city. And so we're decorating the whole TCU Place with that, and there'll be performances like the one that we're seeing here behind us by Move and Soar, and some other performers to make it seem as though we're all underwater. Lots of exciting things going on in the plans. I can't wait to see it all.
Yeah, that's very cool. As you can see, as Leandra is demonstrating behind us, just an absolutely beautiful art form, and just part of what's going to be an amazing night, the annual Brain Blitz Gala. Your special guest this year, very interesting special guest. You've got Jim Hobson from the Saskatchewan Rough Riders coming in. Talk about why you decided to bring him in and speak to the crowd this year.
He is our voluntary honorary spokesperson, and he is very passionate about that, actually. When he took on the role, he launched a very important prevention program called Save Your Melon to encourage people to wear helmets whenever they're playing sports, and he's really passionate about that. But what he's going to be talking about as well at the Brain Blitz is he's going to be talking about his decade with the Rough Riders, which I think we could fairly agree is the glory days of the Rough Riders.
For sure.
And so a lot of people are really interested. One of the things Jim did at his retirement dinner last year when he retired is he made a very generous donation via the CFL to our organization because he wanted to make sure this program was supported.
It's really interesting when you think about the changing nature, the way that professional sports in CFL, NFL, hockey are looking at brain injuries and concussions and things like that. This is something that hopefully is being taken more seriously, and obviously with Mr. Hobson, this is something he's become a great advocate for.
Well, exactly. And one of the things people really need to understand about brain injury is that it can happen to anyone, anywhere, anytime. And these things that are coming forward about sports are really important. Often they're concussions, and the key thing to remember about concussions is take it seriously. If you rest, usually it'll go away on its own. But our organization isn't only concerned about that. Our organization serves people who've had moderate to severe brain injuries, which are much more impactful. And it's a lifelong condition, and they need the support that our organization offers, and this Brain Blitz Gala is what supports us to do that. We'd love to see people out. We'd love to fill up the room. Jim's a great speaker. We promise a fantastic night.
Perfect. Well, Glenda, I wish you good luck with this year's event, and great job keeping all of our brains safe. Thank you, Glenda.
Okay, thank you very much.
We are all gathered around the campfire because learning fun campfire songs is what being a Girl Guide is all about. Remember, these girls, when they are out in the wilderness, have no television, no radio, so they have to find some ways to keep occupied. And the Princess Pat song is one of these ways that they keep occupied. And it sounds like a fun song, guys. You're going to teach me a little bit about it. We start over here. Go for it.
The Princess Pat, and in a tree, lived in a tree. She sailed across, the 7 seas, She sailed across, the channel too, And she took with her, a rick of bamboo, Now what is that? It's something made, by the Princess Pat, It's red and gold, and purple too, That's why it's called, a rick of bamboo, Now Captain Jack, had a mighty fine crew, He sailed across, the channel too, But his ship sank, And so will you, If you don't take, a rick of bamboo, Now what is that? It's something made, by the Princess Pat, It's red and gold, and purple
We're going to keep
too.
singing, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
It's where you live. Shaw TV, your local voice.
We are the Girl Guides, the mighty
We have had so much fun hanging out with the Girl Guides of Canada on today's show. Don't forget, camp is just one of the many fun activities Girl Guides get up to during the year. If you want to learn more about this program, make sure you head to girlguides.ca. We leave you now with a classic Girl Guides song that clearly gets louder and louder as it goes.